What's up everybody, welcome to my channel. In this video today, I will be sharing with you step by step how you can apply for your Canadian visa from Jamaica. And here's the cool thing, you don't need an invitation to apply and the process is fully online. All you need is your required documents such as your ID, passport and proof of funds. Now, before you do the application, have an idea of where you're going to stay and how much money you'll have to fund your trip. So those are the basic things that you need. You don't have to beg anyone an invitation letter, right? So with that said, let's head over to my laptop to get started. Alright, so to get started guys, you want to go to this website here, ircc.canada.ca/visitor/en/get-account IRCC portal. Don't worry about these long names or try to remember them. I'll leave them in the description of this video. So the first step is to get an invite code. So you're going to specify your email address, confirm your email address, and then select get invite code. This is very important. So you want to copy this code or write it down somewhere and then select continue to IRCC portal sign up page. Here specify your invite code, the email address which you use, a password, confirm your password, specify your last name as well as your first name, right? Then scroll down. Select the telephone number of the country or territory, right? So I'm going to select other and then you want to specify your dial code. In the case of Jamaica, you want to say 876, right? And then for the phone number, you're going to put the 876 along with your phone number. So once you put this correctly, then the error will go away. Note if you just put the 876 only, right? And if you select sign up, you'll get an invalid phone number. So you have to ensure that you use 1876. Then select sign up. The next step is to enter the verification code. A verification code has been sent to your email. So I'm going to open my email address now. So from your email, you want to grab this code. Let's head back to the portal and enter the verification code. Once you do that, select confirm. If you did not get the email, then you select request another code. Now we're just going to scroll down and select sign in. So ensure that you enter the same email address and your password. Make sure you write down your password so you don't have to keep on forgetting it, right? So we're going to select sign in here. Read the terms and conditions. I don't have time for that, so I'm going to accept. Scroll down and select start an application. So here you have the option to apply for a visitor's visa, transit visa, a study or work permit. So I'm going to select apply for visitor's visa. So you want to ensure you read all these instructions. Make sure you're eligible before you apply. Have these items ready: a passport, or other valid travel document, a credit card to pay the fees, right? Now follow these instructions to complete the application. So select what you want to apply for and they'll tell you what documents you need, right? So I'm just going to scroll down and select I acknowledge and I have read and understood the above. You can ensure you read everything in details. Here, do you want to apply for more than one person at the same time? Select what applies to you. In my case, no. So I'm going to save and continue. Here is where you decide which type of visa you're applying for. So it's going to be visitor's visa if you're a student. Then you select study permit. The steps are pretty much the same. It will just ask you different questions. So I'm going to select visitor. Why do you need a visa? Select which best applies to you. Then people would really select this option. I want to work without a permit, but anyways. So I'm going to say to visit Canada as a tourist. Tell us more about what you'll do in Canada. I'm just going to say visit Niagara Falls, if I am spelling that correctly. Visit Niagara Falls and the CN Tower. When will you enter Canada? Select your date, select your month. I'm just going to say December, select a date. The 1st, scroll down. When will you leave Canada? I'm going to say 2024. I'm not staying more than a month, so I'm just going to say January. And for January, I'm going to select January 1st. So that's literally a month, right? Do you have a UIC code? No. But however, if you have applied for other applications, then you would have an UIC code, which you can paste here. So I'm going to select save and continue. You selected visit Canada as a tourist. Now documents you'll need to complete the application a valid passport or a travel document, and you must have at least one free page in your passport where you can stick your visitor's visa. Now I recommend that if your passport is near expiry date, I recommend that you do renew your passport before applying for the visa, because if you do have 10 years within your passport, you'll get a 10-year visa. However, if you have 5 years and they grant you a visa, that's the maximum you will get, right? Scroll down, information you'll need to enter, personal details, travel document details, finances, education history, criminality or security, medical background, and family information. Then we're just going to select continue application. Are you applying on behalf of someone else? No. So I'm going to save and continue. So for our last name, I'm going to say Brown. For the given name, I'm just going to say James. Date of birth, I'm going to say 2000. For the month, I'm going to select January. For the date, I'm going to select the 1st. For the gender, I'm going to select male, and then select save and continue. What document are you traveling with? I'm going to select passport. What kind of passport are you using? In my case, it's a regular passport. Select which best applies to you. Select the country in which your passport was issued. So I'm just going to say Jamaica. What's the nationality in your passport? Jamaica. What's your passport or travel document number? I'm just going to Google a random passport number. Sample passport number. Can you just pop up a passport number? Oh, I said same. So sample, SAMPLE, passport number for testing. So I'm gonna grab this one here and I'm going to paste it here. Confirm your passport or travel document number. I'm gonna paste that here again. Apparently I have to type it this time. J8369845. Date of issue, I'm going to select the 1st, I'm going to select January, and I'm going to say 2020, right? Keep things simple. Date of expiry, the 1st. And guys, ensure you put the correct information here. I'm just putting in dummy values so you get an understanding of how to complete the application. And 10 years from now will be 2030. So scroll down. Now here, as you can see, like I mentioned before, your passport expiry date will determine the expiry date of the document you're applying for. So scroll down. Are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States with a valid green card? In my case, no. Have you held a Canadian visitor's visa in the last 10 years? Select what best applies to you. Do you currently hold a US non-immigrant visa? In my case, yes, but I'm just going to select no because not everyone do have a US visa, right? So are you traveling to Canada by air? Yes, definitely. Now, there seems to be some issue with my dates. Oh, it's not my date. So it's actually my document number does not match. So let me use capital J just in case. 308369 does match. So save and continue. The capital J was the issue. Country and places where the applicant has lived, right? So I'm gonna select Jamaica. Country or town where you're born. I'm just gonna say Spanish Town. If you don't know where you're born, you just put the closest town, right? That works as well. Are you a citizen of more than one country or territory? In my case, no. Which country or territory are you a citizen of? So in my case, it's Jamaica. This is the country where you currently live. So I am a citizen. So I'm going to check this option here. I am a citizen of this country or territory since birth. So it's going to select the date that you placed earlier as your date of birth. So I'm going to save and continue here. Do you have a valid national identity document? I'm going to say yes. Document number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is a random number, guys. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Date of issue, I'm going to say 2020. Month January. Date January, right? Select the country or territory which the document was issued. So I'm going to say Jamaica. Once you have selected your country or territory, then select save and continue. Have you used any other name in the past? No. Save and continue. What is your residential address? Select your country, Jamaica. Enter the address including house number. So here I'm just going to put some random number. Scroll down. The postal code is optional, so if you don't know it, you don't have to fuss about it, or you can just put 5 zeros, right? So like I said, this is just a random address. Is this your mailing address? Yes. List your current country or territory of residence. Then add all other country or territories where you have lived for the past 5 years for more than 6 months required. So list your current country or territory of residence. So I'm going to select add. This is a bit annoying though because it's like still Jamaica, but I understand. So if you live anywhere else, then you would put that information. So I'm going to select citizen. So there should have been an option that says no, so I wouldn't have to include this information. So I'm going to select this is where I currently live from 2000, which I was born, right? Now select January and date. So I'm going to save this information, then scroll down and select save and continue. Biometrics, fingerprints and photo of the applicant. Now if you had ever have a visa approval for you, then you'll have done some biometrics or prints and photo, right? So in your case, if you have never done this, you can say no, right? Because they're asking, do we already have your fingerprints and photo, and are they still valid? So it depends. So in this case, I'm assuming you have never applied for a visa, so I'm going to select no. So you will be required to submit your biometrics after you pay the biometrics fee and you will submit your application. Note, some people may be fee exempt. So select save and continue. How much money do you have for your stay in Canada? I'm going to say 5,000 Canadian because it should be more than enough. Now, if you select a month, you want to say like 10,000, right? Yeah, because it's expensive to live in Canada. Super expensive, probably even more expensive than Jamaica. Is someone else giving you money for your stay in Canada? Depending on your situation, then you select yes or no. So for now, I'm going to select no and then save and continue. Post-education history. Have you ever studied at a post-secondary school, university or college? You don't need to have completed a degree or diploma for simplicity. So if you select yes, then it will ask you to add the information. And when you select add, you provide all the information that they ask. So I'm going to select cancel here. It's a simple process. You just add the information, right? So scroll down, work activity history. Military or police history, do you have any? No. Give details of all your employment activities since the age of 18. Now here, if you're applying for someone who is less than 18, right, you're going to want to select add. Specify the time they went to school, right? And for work activity, you could just select unemployed, right? So I'm just going to put some random information, 2022, year January, start date. I'm going to select ongoing. Work activity, I'm going to just select health occupation. From job title, I'm going to select a random job title here. I'm going to say cook, even though it doesn't match with health occupation. But guys, make sure you put the correct information, right? Because I'm not doing an actual visa application now for myself. So current employer, I'm just going to say Readings Technology. Main duties of the job. And you put a description of what you do at your job. So I'm gonna put in some gibberish, right? Address. For the address, it's in Jamaica. Select your street, 23 ABC DAVE, right? Because this information will not be validated, so it doesn't matter if I put foolishness. But guys, please put the correct info, right? So select save. And then select save and continue. Ensure you put all your job that you have worked here. So select save and continue. During the past 5 years, have you traveled to any country or territory other than where you are a citizen or where you live? In my case, select no. So guys, you'll realize that the answers are pre-populated because at this point I thought I was recording the video but it stopped, so I'm going to re-record the steps. So that's why the answers will be pre-populated. So now I'm going to save and continue. Have you ever stayed in Canada beyond the validity of your status? Attended school in Canada without authorization? Or worked without authorization in Canada? No. Have you ever been refused a visa or permit? No. Then save and continue. This page you're going to check for criminality and security. Have you ever committed any crime in any country or territory? No. Have you ever been arrested for a criminal offense in any country or territory? No. Have you ever been charged for any criminal offense in any country or territory? No. Have you ever been convicted for any criminal offense in any other country or territory? No. So we're gonna save and continue here. Have you ever been a member associated with any political party or group or organization which has engaged in or advanced violence as means of achieving political or religious objective? No. Have you ever witnessed, participated in the illegal treatment of prisoners or civilians, looting or desecration of religious buildings? No. Save and continue. Now we are going to do some medical check, right? Have you had any medical exam performed by an IRCC authorized panel physician doctor within the last 12 months? No. Do you want to work in any of these jobs? Make sure you read through the jobs and double check. So in my case, no. Then save and continue. In the last 2 years, were you diagnosed with tuberculosis? No. In the last 5 years, have you been in close contact with a person with tuberculosis? In my case, no. Then save and continue. Are you currently receiving dialysis treatment? No. Have you had any drug or alcoholic addiction causing you to be a threat to yourself or others or to be hospitalized? No. So guys, make sure you read through these. I'm just gonna select no and continue, right? For your marital status, select your marital status and then save and continue. Do you have any biological, adopted or stepchildren? Select the best answer that suits your situation, right? Now I'm going to select save and continue. Here you have to check this. In my case, I selected no, so I have to check that I understand that I'm not declaring any natural, adopted or stepchildren. So save and continue. If you were adopted, provide the details about your legal parents. So for simplicity, I just selected I don't know my parents. However, you would need to add your parents' information, right? So I'm going to check this and then save and continue. What is your native language other than your mother language? For me, it's English. Can you communicate in English and or French? I'm going to select English, right? What language do you want us to use to contact you? I'm going to select English, right? Then save and continue. Ensure you specify the email address of the applicant. This is the email address that you will receive communications regarding the approval, and when you're supposed to submit your biometrics information, you'll receive a notification in this email, right? So select save and continue. Here you just need to specify your phone number, which I did, right? So I'm going to save and continue. On this page, you'll have a summary of your application. So ensure that you double check your information. If you need to change anything, you simply hit the edit button and then you can make the necessary changes, right? So now I'm going to select save and continue. So here you need to provide supporting documents for your application, right? Ensure that the file size is less than 2 megabytes per file, right? So what you're going to upload here is that you're going to need to upload your ID because you specified it while you were completing the application. Now if you don't have a national ID, then this option will not be here. So I went ahead and upload some sample images, right? And then you also need to upload your passport and your proof of funds. If you have an invitation letter, you can upload it in this section here. In the case of a child, then you would probably write a letter say, hey, you'll be funding the child's trip. So select save and continue. Consent and declaration. Do you consent to be contacted by a CIC or an organization a CIC is requesting in the future? Yes. For the surname, it's Brown. Last name, James. Privacy notice. You can read that on your own. And now I'm going to select save and continue. Now the visitor's visa fee is 100 Canadian dollars. And the biometrics fee is 85 Canadian dollars, right? So you're going to select save and continue, and then you're just going to proceed to make the payment. Now once you have completed the payment, you'll be asked, maybe after a few days, you'll be asked to submit your biometrics information. Now in Jamaica, you'll take the form to the visa application center, right, where your biometrics will be done. And the visa application center is located at Waterloo, where the new Fontana pharmacy is. I think it's on the 2nd floor. So make sure you do research to confirm the location where the visa application center is in your location. I don't remember if they're going to tell you in the letter that you get, but you'll be given the instructions on what to do. So that's for now, guys. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.